Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome back. And if you're new today, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I am so excited that you're here. So today I'm going to be testing out the new Kosas BB cream. I am super excited about that. I have had really good luck with Kosas products in the past, so I am hoping this one does not disappoint. And I do have a new palette, and I also have a new blush that I want to try out. And the rest is from my stash. So if that seems like something you might enjoy, please stick around because we're about to get into all that right now. So I'm trying out a new feature on my phone and I'm really hoping that this turns out. So what I'm doing is blurring out the background, but let me know what you guys think, let me know if it's too distracting or if I look blurry, so yeah, definitely let me know in the comments, what you think about blurring out that background. So like I mentioned, I do have some new products. I'm super excited about that Kosas BB cream. I saw that over on Instagram and I knew right away I wanted to test that out because like I mentioned, I have had amazing luck with Kosas products. So I am super excited to try this one out. And what it's called is a BB Burst Tinted Gel Cream. So I have seen a couple reviews on it and they were good. So I'm really excited to try this one out. And the new palette that I got, well, it's new to me. It's by Wet n Wild. It's called the Always Blushin palette. A couple of you had recommended this palette to me because I love the Always Naked palette so much. So I'm super excited to try this out. And then the only other product that I got that's new, and again, it's just new to me. It's by Tarte, and it's this blush here. And I just thought the shade was absolutely beautiful. So I'm super excited to try this. So how I think I'm going to do this is put timestamps in the description box. That way, if you're here just to see the Kosas review, you can skip through this part of the video. But if you want to see the whole process, please stick around because I would love to spend some time with you. So I was glancing at this palette and this is absolutely stunning. I can see why you guys recommended this to me. I can take this so many different directions. Yeah, there's a lot of choices to choose from here. And I honestly don't even know what I'm going to be doing because, yeah, like I mentioned, there is just so many different things you could do with this palette. So let me think about that for a minute. But I do want to try this new primer that I got, in my giveaway by Sigma because I loved how it worked with the Sigma formula, but I don't know how it's going to work with like another formula. So I do want to try this out again. Now, the interesting thing about this primer, it does have like a little shimmer in it. So yeah, I definitely want to see how it works with other formulas. But what I loved about this is I honestly could wear this on its own because it's so pretty. Now, I will say when I, used it with my Sigma palette, the shadows were super long wearing. So I don't know, if it was the formula or this primer. So I definitely want to give this another whirl. Okay, so this is what the eyeshadow base looks like. As you can see, it is quite a shimmery. So I do want to mention the shade is called Bubbly, which would make sense because it does look like a champagne shade. And I do also want to mention that when I first apply it, it goes on super creamy, but it has dried down and it has like a slight tack to it. So it's doing its job as an eye base. Okay, so let's start with this palette. I think I'm going to start with this shade right here. Yeah, I've just been gravitating towards rosy looks lately. I think it's because of this time of the year being around Valentine's Day. So yeah, I think that's where I'm going to start. And I am going to be using my new Sigma brushes because they really made an impact last time and really created a very nice look. So let's see how well they work with other formulas. So again, I'm going into that beautiful shade and I'm just going to pack that on this outer edge. And let's just start there. And I do know the Always Naked palette was super pigmented. So I did go in, a little lighter just to start. And let's see, as of right now, yeah, that is absolutely beautiful. And these brushes are working, just fine with the Wet n Wild palette. So yeah, these brushes are super soft. And like I said, they just make such an impact with your shadows. Look how beautiful that is. So I have hooded eyes, so I am going to take that shade a little higher, and something is in my eyebrow here that's really distracting me. So I'm just going to take that a little higher, like I mentioned, because I do have hooded eyes. And I'm just going to fill everything in. Yeah, you know what? That eyeshadow base is amazing because these shadows are just gliding right over that. So I think I'm actually going to check into a different shade, something less, I don't know, shimmery, because that just, throws me off when I first start applying my eye look. But honestly, once you put the eyeshadows over it, that shimmer does go away. But yeah, I think I do want something more matte. Okay, so let's just start there. That is looking absolutely beautiful. So I do think I want to add just a little bit of a neutral tone to it. So I think I'm going to go to this shade right here. And I think I'm going to switch to my Laura Geller brush. I love this brush because it's super fluffy and dense. And I just find that it really does an amazing job with like really smoothing out that edge here. And I'm just going to go right above that and just lightly go and blend this in. So hopefully I picked a good shade here and didn't make a mistake. But oh well, you guys, we're just creating a fun eye look here. So this weekend is Super Bowl weekend, and yeah, we were so close, the Detroit Lions, to almost making it. So I'm a little bummed, but of course I'm still going to watch it. So now I'm going to go into this shade here. And again, I'm going back to one of my Sigma brushes. And I just want to lighten this area here. So do you guys have any fun plans for Super Bowl? As of right now, I don't have any. I used to go to so many parties when I lived in Virginia. We actually had so many friends when we lived in Virginia, and every year they would have like a huge Super Bowl party. They were just so much fun. Now, the only downfall is, most of us have to go to work the next day. So yeah, we're all exhausted and everything because it, lasts so long. So right here, I don't like how it's super deep. So what I think I'm going to do is let's just take my finger and just kind of sweep that away. Honestly, your fingers can be amazing tools as well. Don't be afraid to ever use your fingers. So I might have to go back in once I have a little bit of concealer just to lighten that up. So as of right now, yeah, that looks okay. It's not my best eye look here, but we're going to see, maybe this will go into something absolutely beautiful that's happened before. So now I'm just going to do this eye, of course, and try to get it just a little bit more bold right off the top. I was just going very slow with that other eye because I wasn't sure how I wanted to take this look. And also, do you guys have plans for Valentine's Day? Do you still celebrate that? Daryl and I really don't anymore. We've been married 33 years. So, I mean, we will still say, happy Valentine's Day or have like a nice dinner at home. But yeah, we really don't celebrate it anymore. I might make, some nice mimosas that day because I saw like a really good recipe over on Instagram that I really want to try out. So, that's about the most that we will do. Okay, so that's where we are with this eye look. Again, I don't know about this so far, but things, can always take a turn here. Okay, so what I want to do here for a shimmer, there's so many to choose from. There's some really pretty ones. Some of these look like a satin finish, and then some of them really look like a nice shimmer. So where I think I'm going to go is actually, let's just go a light, I don't know. You know what? Let me go here. Let's just see what that does. This might be a huge mistake. So that is that shade here. It's really pretty though. It's like a beautiful rosy gold. Ooh, that is actually really pretty. I'm glad I did that. Now there is a little bit of fallout with that shade, but I did pack that on quite, heavily. So let's see. Oh, that is really pretty. And I feel like I did not have to use a glitter glue for that. It just really adhered to that primer. And then what I think I'm going to do is go over that with this beautiful shade right here. I love doing that. I love mixing shimmers together. I just think it creates such a beautiful look, like a nice ombre look. So I'm just going to take that in the inner corner and sweep that into that other shade and just see what, that comes up with. And that is really pretty. So I'm just going to grab a little bit more and just go towards my lash line there, just to really lighten that up. Ooh, that is so pretty. Okay, so see what I mean? This eye look is just taking on a whole new look here with those shimmers. So these are really nice shimmers. I will say that. I mean, they're super buttery. There is a little bit of fallout, but it's not tons of glitter everywhere. It was more with a darker shade, believe it or not, than with this a lighter shade, which I thought would be a little opposite because the lighter shade is just more finely milled, like the glitter is just, more fine, but I'm not getting a lot of fallout. Oh, that is absolutely beautiful. Now, the thing is, I am so tempted to go into this one here, but that one is a super, super chunky. This one, I definitely would need a little bit of glitter glue. So what I think I'm going to do is just add just a tad of this glitter glue, just to add just a little bit of that chunkier glitter. And I'm not a huge chunky glitter gal, but this one is absolutely beautiful. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. There's like all these different shifts and shades in there. Oh, that is so pretty. So let's see what this looks like. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there is gold. There is a pink. There's rose. There is so many different shifts in there. That is beautiful. So you would definitely have to pack on some glitter glue if you really wanted to go bold with that glitter or shimmer here. But it is so worth it because it is really pretty. Okay, I can't decide if I just want to keep this super light like this or deepen up that outer corner. Let's go into this shade here. Let's deepen up that outer corner just slightly. I don't want it too drastic, but I do want to add just, like a slight depth to this look. So I'm not going to take it up too far or over too far. I just want to add just a little bit of deepness to this outer corner. Yeah, now this one, yeah, I'm getting a lot of fallout with this palette. I didn't get it so much with the Always Naked palette, but this one, there is quite a bit of fallout, but it definitely is not a deal breaker. So that's about all I'm going to do. Like I said, I just want a little bit of depth on this outer corner. Yeah, this shade right here is very, very messy. It's super loose, it has tons of fallout. So, if you've already applied your base makeup, definitely do not dip into that shade because, yeah, there is quite a bit of fallout here. And I'm super happy that I didn't have my base makeup on first. And like I mentioned, there's a lot of glitter flying around from that really chunky glitter. So I'm just going to take a spoolie. I just find that is the easiest way to flick away any of that glitter. Okay, let's finish this eye look. And I am going to do like a slight wing today. And again, I'm going to use my House Labs. I've been loving this, as an eyeliner. It is super long wearing. It's super black. So that is about all you're going to need. But it does dry down pretty quick. But I have found using these brushes here make the easiest, fastest wing that I can come up with. So, well, it did the other day. We'll see if it does work again today. So I'm going in with this really thin eyeliner brush by Sigma. And get my right mirror here. I'm just going to go very close to the lash line. And as you can see how pigmented this is, how easy this glides across the lid, and I can get super close to my lash line and look at that, how easy that was. And then what I do is go in with this, again, it's a Sigma brush, and this is actually like their eyebrow brush. And again, I'm just going to dip into that, and I'm going, covering all the bristles here. And then what I did the other day, and it worked out so good, is I just took it and stamped it. And I didn't add enough. Let's try that again. And I'm just putting some more and stamp. And look at that. How easy is that? And then I just take the brush and go towards the center of the eye just to blend that in really good. And again, look how easy that wing was. Okay, so I just applied my mascara while I was off camera, and what I used was my Milani Highly Rated. This one is okay to me. You know, it's not my favorite tubing mascara. It's super wet when I apply it, so I have a little harder time applying this, but it does create volume and length, and it did separate it. And also when I go to remove it, this one is a little harder to remove. So this one is second best to me, to my e.l.f. one. So yeah, I do like my e.l.f. one better. I might get some heat on this because I know a lot of you do like this mascara, but for me, I do have a hard time working with this one. Okay, so let's get into the complexion products. I'm super excited about this. So let me just tell you how I prep my skin. I just used some regular skincare products. I didn't use all of them because this BB cream does have some skincare products in that. So I did back off on my skincare just slightly. And then I did use for my SPF, the Kosas, and this is the Dream Beam sunscreen, and this has SPF of 40 in it. Now this one is really nice, and there is like a slight shade to it, and it does, you know, add like a nice glow. So yeah, I do like this sunscreen. I do like my e.l.f. one a lot better, but I figured, you know, since I'm using Kosas products, you know, maybe the two would mix together better. So first I am going to fill in my pores, and what I'm going to be using is my Maybelline Master Blur Stick. This is my trusty pore filler, so I am just going to fill in the pores, and I just apply that pretty much through the T-zone. So this will really fill in your pores, and it does conceal, you know, slightly your fine lines and wrinkles. So this has been one of my favorites for a very long time. Okay, so let's get into this Kosas product here. And again, it's called the Kosas BB Burst Tinted Gel Cream, which sounds super, you know, interesting because I'd never heard of a tinted gel cream before. And I got mine in the shade 14 Light Neutral Warm. So I'm kind of surprised I picked up warm, but because I'm normally like a neutral type gal, but I think it's because the neutral was super light on their website or look light. And this one just looked a little deeper. So I'm hoping it's not going to be too deep. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I absolutely love their foundation here. I remember I got this during COVID, and back then we were wearing our masks, you know, 24/7. And I remember I hardly had any transfer on my mask. So this really impressed me. Now, the only thing with this product is, you know, it leaned a little yellow on me. So I'm hoping this one is not going to do that as well. But I remember just absolutely loving this product. Okay, so let's read up on this a little bit. So it says it's a clean tinted gel cream that has a fresh take on tinted moisturizer. It delivers a refreshing burst of active skincare, a light buildable coverage, and a smooth, hydrated, natural finish. But as I'm looking on this website, what's interesting is there's really no claims. There's no claims about it being long wearing, transfer proof, if it's going to oxidize, nothing like that. So they were pretty smart. You know, if you're going to put that on your box, you better know for sure if it's going to, you know, live up to those claims. So I do appreciate that they didn't put anything on there. But it does say after 4 weeks of use, it was clinically proven to increase hydration. 100% of the customers saw increased smoothness and improved skin texture. And 100% agree this product improved bare skin. So it looks like there's 24 shades available, and it retails for $38. It does say the best way to apply this is with your fingers. So that's what I'm going to do today. Now, the difference between a BB cream and a CC cream is, from my understanding, the BB cream is best for dry skin, and it does provide a little bit more coverage. And a CC cream is better for oily skin, and it does, you know, it's a little bit more sheer. So that's my understanding between a BB cream and a CC cream. Okay, so let's take a look at the shade. I haven't even looked at it. I literally just got it in the mail. So, ooh, I don't know. It looks almost identical to my foundation. Let's take a look. No, it is a little lighter, so hopefully it will be a good shade match. So I am going to shake it up just a little bit. And let's, you know, see. So it is like a plastic container here, and it does have like a little pump dispenser. So I'm just going to maybe place 2 full pumps. Actually, that shade looks pretty good. So let's just apply this with the fingers. Oh my. Okay, it has a little bit more coverage than I thought. Ooh, it does glide on the skin really nice. Now there is a scent to this and I can't, it's very similar to the foundation. So if you tried the foundation, it has almost that identical scent to it. So I do know their products are clean, they're vegan, cruelty, free, all that stuff. It doesn't have any fragrance. So I think what I'm smelling is the skincare because like I said, it's almost identical to their foundations. So I'm just going to be very careful around my hairline here because you guys know how I love getting that in my hair. Okay, this looks and feels very hydrating on the skin and it blended in really easily and pretty quickly. You can still see my imperfections coming through. So you definitely can still see my skin, which I think is really nice. This is not claiming to be a full coverage. Well, it's not claiming to be anything, a full coverage foundation or anything like that. But I do like the coverage. I actually do like the shade. Actually, it's a little lighter than I thought it was going to be. It's really nice. It's just very smooth on the skin. Yeah, I don't feel like it's going to really seep into any of my fine lines or wrinkles. There's no dryness whatsoever to this. If anything, I might be concerned that it's going to maybe be slipping off the face because it's that hydrating, but it might, dry down. So that's what I'm hoping. But right now it almost feels very similar to like a sunscreen is the only thing that I can compare it to. But let me come closer so you guys can take a look at how it does look on the skin. I think it's actually very pretty. I actually really like it. Like I said, right now, it does feel just a little bit not greasy, but oh gosh, it has just a slip to it. But let's just let it sit here for a minute and see what happens. And for concealer, what I think I'm going to use is my Kosas, of course. And I got mine in the shade 3.2. So I haven't used this concealer forever. Now, I do remember loving this concealer, but I definitely do have to set it because this also has like a really hydrating a slip to it. So this will crease on me slightly. So I do have to set this, but it looks really pretty under the eyes. It's just very hydrating. Now compared to this BB cream, this almost looks a little too deep. I am going to take whatever's left on this concealer and just go right here where I added just a little bit too much of that eyeshadow. That is just driving me crazy. So let's just fix that. And as you can see how that really fixed that up really nice there. Okay, so let me come closer so you guys can see what the concealer looks like. Yeah, very pretty, very hydrating. So far I'm liking everything and it is, the BB cream is drying down slightly. So yeah, hopefully it will just continue drying down and kind of set here. Okay, and then for a bronzer, what I brought down was my Miss AOA. I love this bronzer, but it is super pigmented. So it's in a nice little pot here. And as you can see, it is very well loved. And I got mine in the shade, it's just called a Palace. As you can see, look at that. I mean, it is so pigmented. Had I not done that, that would have been really bad on my forehead. But I do love this shade and I do love how it blends out super fast. And it's super long wearing. So yeah, this is just a beautiful $1.88 a bronzer. That's how much their products cost. I love Miss AOA. They are just amazing. If you guys have not tried products out by Miss AOA, you definitely need to try out, just a few things. Like I said, I think everything is like $1.88, but look at that shade. So what I do is just go back into my wrist here just to add a little bit more product. And I'm just going to place a little bit on the side of my nose. I like adding just a little bit of color there as well. And then I also like just pinching my brush, just applying a little bit under the lip just to make that look a little fuller. Okay, so let's try out this blush here by Tarte, and I got mine in the shade, this is called Dazzled, so yeah, this shade just looked absolutely beautiful, and to tell you the truth, I have no idea where I got this. I know I didn't purchase it, so I don't know if it was, in one of my boxes or whatnot, but I'm super excited to try this out because this shade is absolutely beautiful, and it does look like there's like a little bit of like glitter or shimmer in that, so hopefully you guys will be able to pick that up. Okay, so let's try out this shade. Yeah, it is so pretty, and I think it's going to go really nice with this look. And I'm just going to place a little bit in my shadows. I do this all the time. I just feel like it really ties the look together, just makes everything look very cohesive. So yeah, I don't know. I just find that it really does, just like I said, tie everything together. So that looks really pretty. Yeah, that is very smoothing. I've tried their blushes in the past, and yeah, they're just very smoothing on the skin and long wearing. Okay, now to set just one side of my face, I've been doing that during my wear tests. I'm just going to set one side with my Kosas Cloud Set Powder. As you can see, I, love this at one time. I reached pan. This is almost gone. So I think I'm going to set this side of the face. So I'm just going to swirl a little bit. I'm not going to use a lot because I don't like using tons of powder anyway. And I make sure to go everywhere that I do have a cream of products. I'm just going to grab a little bit more and just go lightly where I do have the blush and my bronzer because I don't want to really conceal that. But I am going to place this pretty heavily through the T-zone because that is oily, and I'm going to get both sides because we got to give this foundation a chance here. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do with the powder. And I am just going to set this side of my face with my setting spray, and I'm going to be using my favorite here, my Fab Lukes. And yes, this is a brand new bottle because I've already gone through yet another bottle. I think this is probably like my 7th purchase. I love it. So I'm just going to set at this side of the face, and I'm just going to take my little fan here. Now this side's going to be a little bit more glowy because I do have my setting spray, but as you can see, there's just a slight glow. I have products that are way more glowy than this. So yeah, I am really liking it so far. So if it holds, for a good 8 hours, I'm going to be super happy. Okay, so let's finish off this look. Let's go back into the palette here. And let's see what I want to put on the under eyes. I definitely do not want to use this shade. This shade here was just very powdery and messy. So yeah, it's a beautiful shade, but yeah, it is super, super messy. So I think for the outer corner, I think I'm going to go into this really deep shade here. And just place, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to mix these two together just to see what these shades do. And I'm just going to go pretty close to the lash line. I don't want my lower lash line being super bold today. I just want to take it a little easy on the lower lash line. So yeah, I think that looks very pretty together. But I am going to go in the inner corner with this beautiful shade here. I'm just going to use the same brush and just add a little bit of brightness to this inner corner. That shade is so pretty. I love that shade. It just mixes so well with all the shades in the palette. Yeah, that is like my favorite shade. I can see, just grabbing this palette just to get that shade there. Okay, and for lips, what I brought down, hopefully it will go with this look, but I brought down I haven't used this forever, my Super Stay Vinyl Ink by Maybelline. Now I got mine in the shade 110 Awestruck. So yeah, like I said, I haven't used this forever, but you definitely want to shake these up because, if they sit in your drawer too long, they just, I don't know, they don't have the pigment. After some time, like I said, you really got to shake them up because they just sit and the pigment will just not be as vibrant. Okay, so that's pretty much dried down, but what I want to put over it is my Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump, and I got mine in the shade Pearl Shimmer Glass. So this has a little bit of shimmer in it, and I absolutely love these. I love the formula. They're super creamy, and the shimmer that's in here is just beautiful. So hopefully you guys will be able to see that on camera. Let me come closer. I love these. And it does have like a minty feel to it. So that's the plumping action. I mean, they're not super plumping, you know, I don't think like my lips don't get, but nothing really works on my lips to make them plumpy because they're so thin. But you know, it just adds a little bit of juiciness to the lips. So that's why I love that. So this is today's final look with that beautiful palette. There are a few things about this palette. Like I mentioned, this shade here is super messy. I mean, it just really made a huge mess, and I really couldn't, you know, really go deep in this outer corner because the more I packed on, the more was, you know, falling out. So it's a beautiful shade, but it is super, super messy. Now, I absolutely love that chunky glitter shade here. That is absolutely stunning. But again, it is going to, you know, the glitter is going to fly around quite a bit. So there is, you know, quite a bit of cleanup. But other than that, that is, you know, it's a very beautiful palette. And I absolutely love that shade here. But again, you know, you can do so many different looks. You can do a neutral look. You know, there's a really pretty purple here. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be using this palette again because it is super pretty. Okay, so let me take a close look at my complexion. And let's see what is going on. It looks really good, you guys. It really does. I mean, it's very, very skin-like. It's not ton of coverage. I definitely see, you know, my skin peeking through here, but I do love, you know, the way my skin looks. It just looks very healthy. It added just enough coverage. So if you're looking for like a high coverage foundation or BB cream, this is definitely, you know, not your thing. You know, you would really want to try this one. But yeah, this is just very pretty, very skin-like. Yeah, I'm super happy with it so far, but I'm very interested how it's going to last. So I'm hoping to get 8 hours, you know, wear test on this. So right now it is a 1:35 p.m., but I'll definitely go upstairs, you know, and let you guys see what it looks like in natural lighting and stuff like that. And I'll definitely come back around 8:30 tonight and we'll see how long this makeup lasted. All right, you guys, I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so I literally just came up from downstairs, so this is freshly put on, and it's a beautiful sunny day here in Michigan, so I'm getting some really good lighting coming through this window. But I did want you guys to see what it looked like in natural lighting, and it looks absolutely beautiful. I love the finish of it. It's very, like I've been saying, natural looking. You can see my skin definitely peeking through a lot of my imperfections. So yeah, if you want something full coverage, this is not your guide, but I think it looks really pretty. I think this is amazing for dry, mature skin. Yeah, it looks really pretty. And this is what the concealer looks like. As you can see, yeah, you can still see some of my darkness peeking through. So it's not super full coverage. But again, I don't use a lot of concealer. I would just prefer not to, you know, I feel like it just really creates some crepiness to my under eyes. And yeah, so you know, the concealer is really nice. I've always enjoyed that. So yeah, again, this is what it looks like. So hopefully, you know, it will last, you know, a decent amount of time and look even, you know, halfway decent, you know, after 8 hours. You know, if I can get 8 hours wear on a, you know, a foundation, BB cream, CC cream, I'm super happy. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Okay, besties, it is now 8:47 p.m. So we made it well over the 8-hour mark on this wear test. So I'm super happy about that. And if you're new, I don't do any touch-ups throughout the day. I just reapplied some lipstick. So I was looking in the mirror prior to coming on and it's not bad. Now, is it my most long-wearing complexion product? Absolutely not. But, you know, it does not look horrible. And I will say this side that I did use the powder and the setting spray does look better than this side. You know, I do see the blush really held on a little bit better. This side, it's kind of faded, just like the other days. So, you know, lately the powder and the setting spray is, playing a part and for my makeup to be lasting a little longer. So let me come closer so you guys can take a good look at the makeup. Again, it's not bad whatsoever. I feel it looks the best, oddly enough, through the T-zone. I actually think, it looks really smooth through here. It's a little shiny, but not bad. I still have makeup on my nose. Where it's wore off the most is like right here. And even, earlier when I first applied it, it did look a little light through there. So it could have been, the way I blended it in. So I would like to try using a brush as well, see if that makes a difference. Through here, it looks fantastic because usually that's where my makeup really wears off because I wear glasses. I would say probably the worst part is here, and that's been going on a lot lately. Again, I'm a person that leans on my hand a lot and I do this a lot. So, I'm going to take that into consideration. But honestly, like I said, it's not bad. It's just not my most long wearing foundation because I've wore foundations a lot longer than 8 hours and it still looks really good. So I really do like this product though. I'm not mad, at my purchase. I definitely want to try, playing around with it a little bit more. Like I said, use my fingers and a brush, just see if that makes a difference. The concealer, this is what I'm telling you, it looks really good. Hardly any creasing at all. The eyeshadow looks absolutely fabulous still. So I think it's the primer. So like I said, I do want to try a matte primer, not the shimmery primer. So I am really happy with this purchase. Like I said, I think it, is it worth the $38 though? I don't know. I feel like my Wet n Wild tinted moisturizer actually lasts a little longer than this, but I do like how it looks. I did notice when I was upstairs, in the natural lighting, my skin looked airbrushed. So that, I will say that. So yeah, it's just a product I'm going to play around with. I would definitely keep you guys updated. And there's one other thing I do want to share with you. I've been washing my hands, consistently throughout the day. And I left this on here on purpose just to see how long that eyeliner lasts. But as you can see, I still have my wing, which is really good for me because my eyes water a lot through the day. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope this helped in any way. If you were checking into this BB cream here, let me know in the comments, if you've tried it or if it was something that you were looking into, and if you feel like you're still going to give it a try. I would love to hear all your thoughts. All right, I can't wait to see you guys again. I love you so much, and until next time.